All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in this world it is that you may or you may not happen to be. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayers live page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. So today we're going to go back into the first book of Samuel, chapter 22, which revolves around David protecting his parents. Also, David being the protector of the priestly line. And this chapter touches on Sal killing the priest of Nob. Man, Sal just wanted to kill people. At first he wanted to kill David, then he wants to kill these priests. I think that he just has a violent streak within him, which is unfortunate, but some people are like that. On a side note, I'm doing good. I'm feeling well. I've decided that these upcoming weeks, the holiday season, I'm going to spend it alone this year. Primarily because this has been a rough year on me. I am tired. Um, I don't want to find myself thrust into any additional drama. I'd rather just remove myself completely from everything I'm aware of. So that's what I'm doing. I'll be spending this holiday season alone for the most part. Of course, I'm going to check on people that I care about, but I just don't want to really do much of anything this year. So I'm not. I already know where I'm going to be. I'm just going to really put a lot of energy into working through the holiday. And I'm looking forward to 2026. And I hope many of you are also. I am going to continue with the page by page reading and commentary of the Bible, but I am winding down um, a particular YouTube channel I have, mainly because I don't want to cover the subject matter anymore that channel has covered over the past few years. Um, I'm just really not going to be as present on the internet as I have been for a while because there's no need for me to be. Um, there's really nothing keeping me communicating with certain people, so I'm not going to. So, those of you who follow me on other projects, as you see that I'm not so around anymore, you understand why. Nothing's really happened that's made me upset. It's just that I tend to shift in my life every few years, and it's about time for me to shift again. So, anyway, let's go ahead and read this and see what happens with David and Saul. David protects his parents. David departed from there and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brothers and all his father's house heard it, they went they went down to him there. Everyone who was in distress, and everyone who was in debt, and everyone who was discontented gathered to him. So he became captain over them. Now there were with him about 400 men. Then David went from Mizpah of Moab, and he said to the king of Moab, "Please let my father and my mother come forth and be with you until I know what God will do for me." He brought them before the king of Moab, and they lived with him all the while that David was in the stronghold. Well, that's good. So David did care about his parents. It's important as we get older to be there for our parents because you never know when they're not going to be here, you know? That's in part why this year was so rough for me. I lost my best friend, my dad, and he's still with me. I know his energy is around me all the time. which is cool. But you know, you do need to be there for your parent or parents. You really do. And you can't always be there for them equally. And after one or both passes, it really takes a lot out of you energetically. Part of the reason why I've kind of gone into isolative mode is because I have to rest and recharge. Because once you witness a death, it is just woof. Oh, but that is a part of life. So let's continue. So anyway, David cares about his parents. That's good. He had to make sure that they were okay, so he put them in the Moab retirement home, basically. The prophet Gad said to David, "Do not remain in the stronghold. Go to the land of Judah." So David went and came to the forest of Hereth. All right, so now we're going to get to the section about Sal wanting to kill again. Sal really is kind of like the American Psycho of the Bible. He had everything going for him, but he's like so angry and so jealous and weird. Even his own son had to turn against him. So, all right, here we go. When Saul heard that David and the men who were with him were discovered, Saul was sitting in Gibeah under the tamarisk tree on the hill with his spear in his hand. See, he's sitting there with his spear in his hand. He's thinking, I must kill again, or at least attempt to. And all his servants were standing about him. Saul said to his servants that stood about him, "Hear now, Benjamites, will the son of Jesse give every one of you fields and vineyards? Will he appoint you all as captains of thousands and captains of hundreds? You have all conspired against me, and no one revealed to me that my son made a covenant with the son of Jesse." So he's sitting here talking about David because David is the son of Jesse. And Sal is sitting here just stewing in his juices, mad because David was the rock star of his time. Basically, because he killed Goliath. That was a huge thing back then. Back then, war was the equivalent of what baseball, football, soccer, and whatnot is to us today. So when David accomplished that feat of killing Goliath, he skyrocketed fame-wise. Everybody knows about David, and Sal was jealous because before Sal was, the man, but no matter what he does, it's not as good as what David did. And he's pissed. Oh, it's funny, but this is a very good illustration as to exactly how the male mind works. It just is. All right, so he's mad. He thinks everyone's conspiring against him, and they are because they don't want to see David die. They love David. And not one of you has grieved for me and revealed it to me that my son raised up my servant against me to ambush me as at this day. Then Doeg the Edomite, who was chief over the servants of Saul, answered, I saw the son of Jesse coming to Nob, to Ahimelech, the son of Ahitub, and he inquired of the Lord for him and gave him provisions. And he gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine. So the king sent to summon Ahimelech the priest, the son of Ahitub, in his father's house. And all I gotta reread that. It's hard for me to say Ahimelech today. So the king sent to summon Ahimelech the priest, the son of Ahitub, and all his father's house, the priests that were in Nob, and they all came to the king. Sal said, Hear now, son of Ahitub. And he said, Here I am, my lord. Sal said to him, Why have you conspired against me? you and the son of Jesse, in that you gave him bread and a sword, and have inquired of God for him, that he should rise against me to ambush me as at this day. Well, Sal, you're a psycho. No one's really conspiring against Sal. This is all in his head. He's like drumming up drama. He's kind of like some of these paranoid live streamers that I've covered over the years. When Ahimelech answered the king and said, "And who is as faithful among all your servants as David? Who is the king's son-in-law, chief of your bodyguard, and is honored in your house? Did I just today begin to inquire of God for him? Far be it from me. Let not the king assign any blame to his servant or to all the house of my father, for your servant has known nothing of all this matter, whether small or great." The king said, "You will surely die, Ahimelech, you and all your father's house." Gosh! Huh. At least some of the kings back at this point, even if they were evil, they had some personality. Good for them. The king said to the guards standing near him, "Turn and kill turn and kill the priests of the Lord, because their hand is with David, and because they knew that he was fleeing and did not reveal it to me." So anyone with David he wants to get rid of. Well, that's going to be everybody. Man. But the servants of the king would not put forth their hand to attack the priests of the Lord. The king said to Doeg, "You turn and fall upon the priests." And Doeg the Edomite turned and struck the priests and killed on that day 85 men who wore a linen ephod. And Nob, the city of the priests, he struck with the edge of the sword, both men and women, children and babies, oxen, donkeys, and sheep, he struck with the edge of the sword. Oh, well, Doeg was willing to do it, but the other people weren't. Hmm. Man, I mean, I feel like Sal, he needed to be 5150. He went crazy. And he kind of was not going so crazy for a second there, if you read the previous chapters. But the evil took over. David, protector of the priestly line. But one of the sons of let's try this again. But one of the sons of Ahimelech, the son of Ahitub, tried Abiathar, I'm sorry, named Abiathar, escaped and fled after David. These names are killing me in this chapter. Ahimelech, Ahitub, and now we have Abiathar. Abiathar reported to David that Saul had killed the priest of the Lord. David said to Abiathar, "I knew it that day when Doeg the Edomite was there that he would surely tell Saul, 'I have caused the death of all the persons of your father's house. Remain with me, do not fear, for the one who seeks my life seeks your life, but you are safe with me.'" Man, David is going through stuff. His presence, even though he's done all this good stuff, is pissing off Sal. Sal is commanding the deaths of anyone who is basically a fan of David. Mm. Human nature. It can be downright evil. But that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll go into the first book of Samuel, chapter 23. And we'll just keep doing our page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. I'll be around, but not as around as much as before, at least not where I was before. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.